the AWS Certified Generative AI Developer. Professional exam filters out surface-level knowledge and tests real-world expertise in foundation model integration, data management, and compliance. If you're aiming to pass on your first attempt, this video is for you. We'll walk through scenario-based practice questions that mirror the exam logic. By the end, you'll understand how AWS expects you to think, design, and secure generative AI solutions professionally. Let's shift from theory to exam thinking mode. Question 1. A company is building a generative AI application using Amazon Bedrock. The solution must allow switching between different foundation models with minimal code changes while maintaining centralized access control. Which approach best meets these requirements? A. Direct model APIs. B. Bedrock Unified API plus IAM. C. Custom models on EC2. D. SageMaker endpoints per model. Take a few seconds to think. Correct answer. B. Amazon Bedrock provides a unified API abstraction layer across multiple foundation models. This allows developers to switch models without rewriting core logic. Combined with IAM policies, you can centrally control who can invoke which model. Question 2. An organization is fine-tuning a foundation model using proprietary customer data stored in Amazon S3. The data contains sensitive information and must remain encrypted both at rest and during processing. Which solution best satisfies compliance and security requirements? A. Enable default S3 encryption only. B. Use S3 with SSE-KMS and restrict Bedrock access via IAM-C. Download data locally and fine-tune offline. D. Store data in DynamoDB without encryption. Take a few seconds to think. Correct answer. B. Use S3 with SSE-KMS and restrict Bedrock access via IAM. Using SSE-KMS, server-side encryption with AWS KMS ensures the data remains encrypted at rest in Amazon S3 with customer-managed keys, supporting compliance requirements. Restricting access through IAM policies ensures only authorized services, such as Amazon Bedrock for fine-tuning, can access the data during processing, maintaining security controls. Question 3. A financial services company must ensure its generative AI system complies with internal governance policies and regulatory requirements. The company needs to log all model interactions, monitor for harmful outputs, and maintain traceability for audits. Which AWS combination best meets these requirements? A. CloudWatch logging only. B. Bedrock invocation logging. Plus CloudTrail. C. Disable logging. D. Local app logs only. Take a few seconds to think. Correct answer. B. Bedrock invocation logging plus CloudTrail enabling model invocation logging in Amazon. Bedrock captures prompts and responses for traceability and harmful output monitoring. Integrating with AWS CloudTrail provides audit trails of API activity for governance and regulatory compliance. If you find these scenarios helpful, Pass for Success provides structured AWS GenAI Developer Pro practice questions that simulate real exam difficulty and decision patterns. It's a great way to stress test your readiness before exam day. Question 4. A SaaS company is building a multi-tenant generative AI platform using Amazon Bedrock. Each tenant must access only their own prompt and response data, use the same foundation model, and be logically isolated from other tenants. Which solution best meets these requirements? A. Single shared IAM role. B. One S3 bucket, no separation. C. Tenant-specific IAM roles. Plus, partitioned S3 prefixes. D. Separate EC2 per tenant. Pause and think. Correct answer. C. Tenant-specific IAM roles plus partitioned S3 prefixes using tenant-specific IAM roles enforces logical isolation by granting each tenant access only to their own resources. Storing prompts and responses in tenant partition prefixes within Amazon S3 ensures data separation while still allowing all tenants to use the same foundation model in Amazon Bedrock. Question 5. A global enterprise must ensure that customer data used for model fine-tuning remains within the EU region to comply with data residency regulations. Which solution best satisfies this requirement? A. Any region plus global replication. B. Third-party hosting. C. US regions plus encryption. D. EU regions only, plus no cross-region replication. Pause and think. Correct answer: D. EU regions only, plus no cross-region replication. Deploying and processing data only within EU AWS regions ensures data residency compliance. Restricting cross-region replication prevents customer data from leaving the EU. Using Amazon Bedrock and related AWS services within EU regions satisfies regulatory requirements. Question 6. A company wants to reduce the risk of prompt injection attacks and harmful outputs in a production generative AI application. Which approach best mitigates this risk? A. Input validation, plus filtering, plus moderation. B. Disable logging. C. Fully trust the model. D. Unrestricted prompts. Pause and think. Correct answer: A. Input validation, plus filtering, plus moderation. Applying input validation, content filtering, and output moderation helps detect and block prompt injection attempts and harmful responses before they impact users. These layered controls reduce security and compliance risks in production generative AI systems. Question 7. A company deploys a generative AI API behind Amazon API Gateway. They need to ensure that only authenticated users can invoke the model, all API calls are traceable, and traffic is encrypted. Which architecture best satisfies these requirements? A. Public API, no auth. B. Direct client-side Bedrock access. C. API Gateway, plus IAM, Cognito, plus HTTPS, plus CloudTrail. D. API keys in code. Pause and think. Correct answer: C. API Gateway, plus IAM, Cognito, plus HTTPS, plus CloudTrail. Using API Gateway with IAM or Amazon Cognito authentication ensures only authorized users can call the API. Enforcing HTTPS encrypts traffic in transit, and enabling CloudTrail logging provides full traceability of API calls, meeting security and compliance requirements. So, if you're serious about the exam, consistent practice is non-negotiable. That's why I strongly recommend practicing with structured, scenario-driven materials like passforsuccess.com to simulate real exam pressure and logic. In upcoming videos, we'll cover additional domains of this exam. Make sure to like this video, comment with your exam timeline, and subscribe so you don't miss the next deep dive session. Stay focused, stay consistent, and let's get you certified.